so probably one of the best networkers in the world that I know is Stephen Meade. So he's a serial entrepreneur. He's probably one of the most creative entrepreneurs I know. And he's got what I've noticed with most people, most speakers, most entrepreneurs, most thought leaders, if you say, hey, can you net out what you do in 30 seconds? Can you net out in very narrow chunks? Most people have a very difficult time. He has a way of isolating down to, like it's a science, so you can connect quicker, faster, better. So I just wanted to bring up Stephen to share with a few minutes his tornado technique, which he shared with thousands of people around the world. Come on up, Stephen. Let's give him a hand. Let's raise the energy.
Always funny seeing yourself on stage. So I'm going to fly through this. I've got a lot of information in a short amount of time, some quick little fun visuals. But what I talk about is the tornado technique, and isolation is a good thing. And if I ask all of you, what does isolation mean? Like, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Lonely, separation. The way we process information is visually. If I put this picture up, we're instantly going to think isolation is about being alone and being by ourselves. We can change the frame of reference in our mind in an instant, and I'll show you how that works. Watch this picture. Isolation is a good thing. Just the way we look at information, the way we look at pictures, impacts our physiology. And it impacts other people's as well. So I'm going to talk to you about why isolation is a good thing. And when I say it's a good thing, I don't mean being alone. I mean being targeted, specific, focused. How do you identify exactly what you want? That's what isolation is. It's not about being alone. It's about targeting what you want. And the world is driven by first impressions. And I'm going to show you guys that. Here's my math quiz. I want you guys to look at this and see what you remember as you go through. 1 times 9 equals 7. 2 times 9 is 18. 3 times 9 is 27. 36, 45. What do you guys remember? What does my math quiz look like? The first one's wrong. I failed. That's actually 90%. That's not bad. If I inverted it and get all the way down to the end, and the one I messed up at the end, you guys would go, oh, that was almost perfect. Same number wrong, but just how we look at things in terms of failure impacts the way we look at negativity. So how do you make a lasting impression? How do you become powerful? That's what I'm going to talk about. It's called the tornado technique. And to begin with, most people don't know what you do and don't care. I'm going to talk about it. You're a rock star in your head when you're talking. People think you know what you're saying. You're the only one that does. Here's how the tornado technique works, really quick. Have you ever seen a tornado? What's the most powerful part? The eye. You're wrong. I'm sorry. It's a trick question. There is no eye in a tornado. It's the tip. That little tip that touches the ground. That's the most powerful part. Here's the way tornado technique works. Number one, there is an emotional value of what you do. What you do is not relevant. People connect emotionally. What's the emotional value of what you do? There's something emotional. Number two, what are the industries, genres, types of companies you're going after? We're sequencing down. It's psychological sequencing. What are names of companies you're trying to meet? How do you be specific in the targets in those companies? Within those companies, what's the title of the person you're going after? And then the last one, exactly who are you trying to meet? By name. I had people come to me all the time. Oren and I were talking about this with his chest. Oh, well, help me. I want to expand my chest. I'm like, who do you need? Like, what industries are you going after? Who are the companies? Who are the top 5 people that care about what you do? It's not my job to figure out who cares about your business. It's your job to figure it out, but you need me to be able to go through and help you. So I'm going to give you one example and then wrap up. It's pretty simple. Magmo is what we're working on now. Stands for a magazine moment. I'll show you how this works. Simple. What's Magmo? We're a photo sharing tool. I tell people we're like Instagram on steroids. Doesn't mean anything, doesn't tell them we're Instagram on steroids. We're targeting industries like entertainment, musicians, book authors, sports, industries where people have something to sell. The companies we're interested in, AEG, Burlstein Gray, Major League Baseball. What I'm doing is I'm sequencing down in your mind by naming industries and then companies. Within those large companies, we deal with the chief marketing officer, the social media director. If you deal with anybody in those companies, we'd love to help them. And then our wish list, and I'm not going to go through it, but we have a really big wish list. We met half these people. Some of you may know them, some don't. That's okay. If you don't know the people on the list, that's all right. My job is to figure out if you know the people I'm trying to get to, not have you guess who I want to meet. Martin Sorrell, Jeff Skoll, Chris Sacca, Harvey McKay. I mean, these are names in the entertainment industry. All right, so again, let's look at it in closing. Pretty simple. What's the emotional value of what you do? That's what people remember. They make decisions emotionally and defend them logically. Magmo is Instagram on steroids, and we're looking for chief marketing officers. That's the connection. You want people to remember the cool stuff about what you do, but what you do isn't important. What you need is important. You have to identify what you need. Industry, company, title in the company, and the names of the people you want to meet. That's how somebody is able to help you. And I think that's done. So there's the last one on Magmo. There's my information. I told you it would be quick. Again, tornado technique just sequences down to figuring out exactly what you want, and then people can help you, but you've got to be able to help yourself figure that out. So Larry's not ready for me. I told him I'd go quick and on time. I'm done.
Was that helpful, by the way?